What's up?
Something came for you.
You better be looking for my little black book. You better be going through all the photos.
Who knows, it might be a Death Note. All we know.
Oh, joys. Oh, if it's a Death Note, I'm not dead yet, so I assume it's not a Death Note. And, wait. Question. Who's Prince Ali Adamsworth?
No idea.
Okay, because apparently he's got my dog, and in order to get it back, I must review Pixels. Shazakov! Right. Looks like we've got a job to do. Right, guys, in order to get my dog back, I've got to talk about this movie. So, yeah, this is Pixels, starring Adam Sandler. Yeah, so you really need to know. But what's very important about this film is the level of writing is about on par as a 12-year-old's dream. As in, very easy to acknowledge sexual innuendos and jokes that anyone will get. A bunch of video game knowledge that most people probably shouldn't even have at that age. And a huge load of Sony marketing for their own products. For example, there's a scene at one point in this film where a kid called Matty, who is supposed to be about 10 years old, is playing The Last of Us, which I have right here. At least I have one of the 3 versions of the game.
Yeah.
This is the second version they released, because for some reason they've remastered it twice.
To be honest, I'm surprised they never made a Vita copy.
I would have bought that, to be fair. I look at my collection. I have some weird stuff in my collection, okay?
Yeah.
Right. So, the games they talk about are like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Gallagher. And there is a funny scene in the Oval Office where they're talking about, oh, you know, Gallagher has attacked us. And one guy's like, let's put Gallagher to hell. Who's Gallagher? Gallagher is the famous singer. That's who Gallagher is. Liam Gallagher, I believe his name is. But yeah, the characters in the film, not bad selection of actors. Adam Sandler does his best. He's not bad. Some of his lines are quite cringy, but he's not bad in this film. Kevin James, likewise, similar issue. Josh Gad, I mean, this is after he was in Frozen. People knew him as Olaf the Snowman, and he probably should have kept staying as Olaf the Snowman, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the hell his character in this is supposed to even be. He's just like this big nerd who's obsessed with his video game character, and he romanticizes his video game character, which reminds me of some people like me. Scorpion. Right, next.
Really?
You knew that was coming. She didn't know. Oh, but then you also got what's his name? Peter Dinklage plays a video game champion, known as Eddie. Eddie is found out in the film to be a cheater, and he cheated a video game costume contest in 1982. I remember 1982. Used to love it back then. That was my favourite year I was alive.
In the negatives.
Yeah. Like I had to work that one out, but yeah. Basically, don't tell my audience that, by the way. Don't tell the people watching this that I was born in 2003 and I wasn't born in 1982. My God, man. Do you know how much disrespect I'll get from the EthaCade community for saying that? Shame. Right. Anyway, in this film, right, he's supposed to be a cheater, and he cheated using the super speed in Pac-Man, which is also what I used against my last girlfriend. Now, yeah, I know I'm making some very bad jokes, very cringeworthy stuff. This is EC we're talking about. EC's not supposed to be funny.
I mean, as well, it goes with the material of the movie.
I mean, the movie's not that bad. I mean, the centipede scene. I love the centipede scene. I was a big fan of Atari and the Atari Corporation and owning shares in Atari. Obviously, I like a little bit of representation of my brand. Funnily enough, it's a Sony movie, and they have Nintendo characters in this film, which is a little bit funny to me, because obviously Nintendo and Sony were bitter rivals in the 90s.
And they're still spiteful to this day.
I mean, Sony doesn't like playing ball. Nintendo doesn't want to put their games on any hardware, so... Yeah, and then also... This isn't a script, I don't script my stuff, because if I script it, it's boring. Not gonna lie. I kind of feel like Eddie's supposed to be the character which we all not supposed to root for, but his demands, he's like, I want an island. I want my own island as well. Can you imagine? No taxes. You know, your own little private island. So when, you know, someone goes missing, you can just go, oh, they've just come on holiday for me for a week.
Yeah, just international law applies there.
What?
Only international law applies.
Yeah, but I'm not international. I'm from the country where the island's based in, so therefore it doesn't count. Next thing you know, we have, if we read here, obviously, this is on Sony Pictures Core, which is obviously...
Sony's newest attempt of failed marketing.
Oh, no. This is the greatest streaming service ever made if you want to pay $13 for $14 for Gran Turismo the movie. But I think it's quite a good film. No, wait. There are some deep cuts in some of the references here, as in at some points you will see characters from Burger Time, Paperboy, and quote Cubert. People don't know Cubert is actually owned by Sony. Sony bought the studio behind Cubert in the 90s before the PlayStation launched, which is kind of scary to think there's not been a new Cubert game or Lemmings or anything like that in a long time.
I mean, let's be honest, Cubert's just like one of those characters you shove in a film like this just for, oh yeah, I recognise that.
He's like, I know that guy. I know that guy. He's the guy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Honestly, that's most kids these days. They will recognise him from Wreck-It Ralph, not from his own franchise.
I never understood how Sonic the Hedgehog was in that film when Sonic never had an arcade game, but you know.
Actually, no, it was an arcade cabinet.
Don't ruin this for me, Scorpion, or I will ruin your marriage, like I ruined my own. Right, but yeah. Overall, thoughts of this movie, I give it about, like, what, 3 out of 5. It's not terrible, it's not great, though. It's probably not one of Adam Sandler's more bearable movies, and they are quite respectful to the storylines and the characters of the games that are shown. Obviously,
to be fair, at least this isn't him trying to date himself.
You're getting Jack and Jill confused. Jack and Jill's him playing him and his sister. Don't try and work that one out. I tried working out. It confused the hell out of me. But yeah. Overall, yeah, like I said, 3 out of 5. Not terrible. Would I recommend it? If you like video games and you get the references, sure. If you're not a fan of video games, how would you watch this? That's my question for you.
Just go watch Wreck-It Ralph. It'll be a better watching experience.
No, it won't, because it'll be on Disney Plus. But now there's 3 payment tiers, and you have to pay for advertising, or you've got to pay for the extra money for the 4K. You might as well just buy this one for £8. Shut up! I know what you're gonna say. Okay, don't fight me on this, Scorpion. Because if it ends up with me going to do jujitsu in the ring for YouTube clout, I will smash your face in with a rubber hammer and a rubber duck. That's what
I can believe the duck, but not the hammer.
You bring it on. Anyway, guys, this is the episode of ECR. So, if you enjoyed what you see and you think you'd like to see me act like a lunatic, subscribe. I'll see you next one. Peace.